Hey guys, and welcome to the channel. My name's Elizabeth, and I talk about things that can help you be happier, healthier, more successful, and to help you be the person you want to be in this world. And so today I'm going to talk about how to stay focused. A lot of really successful people and a lot of coaches talk about the power of being focused. If you have a goal, and if you have a mission, or if you want to make changes in your life to be the person you want to be, you have to have a focus. Part of success and having a focus is knowing what habits you want to implement. If you know what habits you need to do and then you schedule them in, you're going to be more focused. You're going to be able to achieve what you want because you actually are taking steps to get there, right? If you want to get healthier, if you want to work out more, and you don't plan to work out more or schedule your meals or things of that nature, you're probably not going to get there. And so if you want to change your life, change your daily habits. This is key for success. But how do we stay focused? How do we stay focused? How do we stay disciplined? How do we keep going? I know there's a lot going on. I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm a stepmom. I have a regular job. I have this YouTube channel that I'm trying to pour into and create. And so how do I stay focused on achieving what I want? And so I'm going to share some tips with you. Okay, so the first step is to know what you want. You have to know where you want to go and then know how to get there. So I've identified, where do I want to go? What do I care about? And then I have to go ahead and implement those daily habits that get me there. Your schedule reveals what you care about, or at least what you are allowing to care about. So don't let other people rule your schedule. You really need to get intentional. If you want to get healthy, if that matters to you, if your family matters to you, if your business matters to you, you have to make time for it. And so those are things that matter to me. So I put it in my schedule and I make sure I have time with my family. I make sure I have time with myself. I make sure I have time working on my projects and learning and building up myself and others in my life. And I make sure that I have time for the gym and time for healthy habits that help me to feel my best and give me energy to do those things. So make the time, identify those habits, and then put them in the schedule. If you put them in the schedule, if you make a plan or you set it out the night before and I go over with my husband, here's our plan. We go over both of our plans and what we need to do, and we coordinate as a family and delegate and find times where we're together, where one person's taking one thing, I'm doing another thing, one person goes to the gym, then we switch and the other person goes to the gym, and then we spend time together as a family, or we spend individual time with the kids, etc. But you have to plan, you have to talk about it, and you have to have a clear vision. And so I've been in times in my life where I didn't have a plan, and I'm just going through life and doing whatever I want to do. And that's fine. And if you want to do that, that's totally fine, but you're probably not going to get what you want. And so if you want to get where you want to get to, you have to be intentional and make decisions that will get you there. All right, number 2 is to eliminate as many distractions as possible. So now you know what you want. You've put it in your schedule, right? But if there's a lot of chaos or a lot of stuff going on, or say that you're a mom or a dad and you have a lot of kids running around the house or whatever, go to a quiet space. If you can make a intentional space, change your environment. So like when I'm working on YouTube videos or learning, I go away. I typically don't just sit around and be around my family, etc. I love my family. I want to be around them, but I go around them when it's time to, when I'm not working on those things, right? And so that's a really great tip too, and that a lot of successful people and coaches have said, is to be where your feet are. And if you want to be successful, typically it's not just in one area. And I don't want to just have a lot of money. I don't just want to have one of those things. I want to be healthy. I want to have a great family and great relationships. I want to be successful financially so I could help my family and I can help other people, right? I want the whole wheel of health. And so if you want those things, you're going to be juggling things all the time and having different plates. And you're going to have to be okay with being able to have a health time. You know what? I'm at the gym right now. I'm not going to be able to be working on my work project, right? Maybe you could listen to a podcast. And so you could maybe combine things where it's appropriate. Like, okay, I'm going to listen to a podcast or listen to a book, an audio book. There are some things that you can match together. But at the end of the day, you have to have your separate time. I'm going to have time with my son. I'm going to have time with my spouse. I'm going to have time with all of us. I'm going to have that time. And then I'm going to have time to work. And when I'm in that, right? And so I've found that sometimes if I try to do some of those things, like when the family's around or when I'm trying to work and do that, or even exercising, sometimes you have to do it and you're with your kids and you have to exercise with them, but it is harder. And so if you can find that space and that time and carve it out and cut it out and just eliminate distractions and go to a quiet place, place or go somewhere where you can really focus, it's going to help. If you have all these things going on, you can still stay focused, right? That's a skill, to stay focused in the chaos. But if you can take away some of the extra distractions, it's going to help so much. Number 3. So in Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill talks about like writing out what your goal is, and specifically, like it's very specific. It's a specific message. I, Elizabeth Davenport, want to achieve this amount of money by this time by doing this service, etc. And he recommends having a little note card that you keep with you all the time. And so what I recommend is to have your goals present with you all the time. And so, or a reminder all the time. So whether it's by your nightstand, whether it's like in a journal or a book in the front of it that you take with you everywhere, have this reminder so you stay focused, because stuff's going to come up, especially if you're doing a lot of things. Maybe you have a side hustle, but then you have a regular job, then you're a parent, and you have all this stuff going on and you do extracurriculars, right? It's going to be easy for things to come up where you're pulled away from your focus, or drama happens, or something, a challenge comes up or whatever. But you have to find a way to stay focused. So your schedule is going to help, but have that reminder of your vision, have a reminder of what you're trying to achieve or what you are working on achieving. Have that close to you so you can constantly see it and understand it. And that's helped me so much. And sometimes I'll take my journal out and I'll just write it down, but I typically will have it right there so I see what I'm doing. Some people, they have that dream board or that vision board. That can help as well. And that's training your brain to stay focused on those things. I know that really helped me when I was in a different situation a couple years ago. I wasn't even a fully licensed teacher yet. And I was like, I need to finish this class. I need to get there. I need to get this done. I wrote it out. I wrote exactly what teaching position I wanted to switch to a different teaching position. I also wanted multiple things. I had a whole list. And I ended up achieving all of those things because I wrote it down. And that's actually a tip too from Harvard. There were Harvard graduates and they followed them for many years. And all people have goals, right? But the people who wrote them down, they found that they were more likely to be successful and they made more money than all of the other people who didn't write their goals down. So have it written down. There's power in seeing it or having pictures. I even have it on my phone. I have a little folder of like a dream folder and what I want, what I'm focused on. So I could just pull that up. So have something close to you so that it can remind you of what you actually want. And it helps so much when like something comes up or something where your brain might normally worry about it or whatever. If it's not helping you with your goals, let it go. Number 4 is to protect your energy. Know what you want and stay focused, stay committed, have this why behind it. Like, why do you really want it? And have that visual, but then stay focused on it and keep your energy up. Get good sleep, get good rest, fuel yourself well. Be careful who you are around and what you're allowing into your head. I talk about this. I've done a post on the community tab, if you've seen it, where what music are you listening to? Are you watching shows or things? And honestly, that can take away from your focus as well. Are you listening or around people who are gossiping or talking about things that just aren't helpful, or they're bringing up problems that aren't helping you towards your goals? Like, you got to be careful. I know for me, all this stuff gets in my head. I'm like, and it's distracting. And especially like I care, I'm like, oh no, this is wrong, or oh, this in the world, or oh, this thing. But that's where the news and the media people talk about. Be careful with that, because of course there's going to be problems going around all around the world. It doesn't mean you just stick your head in the sand, but be mindful. Be mindful, because if you're just thinking about all these problems, there's going to be a problem, many, many problems in the world, because it's so big and so vast, and there's going to be lots of good things too. So be careful of what you're allowing in your head, the negativity, the problems, the hardships, because that's what you're going to focus on. And so instead, remember to keep that vision of what you want, keep your habits, stay focused on that, and try to stay in your tunnel, and it will help you so much. The last thing I want to say is watch your mind. I've worked so much on mindset. Sarah Blakely talks about this and how the power of mindset and learning about it at such a young age. And she would listen to Wayne Dyer's audio cassette tapes after her parents' divorce, after her friend got run over, all these things. She used that. And she says she still works on that. She had a lot of negative self-talk. And I don't know if anyone else experiences that, but I definitely have that as well. I can encourage other people, but then your own brain can kind of say certain things that aren't helpful. So be mindful of that. And it really helps though to have tasks, to not be too busy, but actually when I'm working on learning, I'm focused on being with my son, I'm focused on all of these things, and I have actual things to do, I don't get as lost in the sauce, right? And when I do have free time, I'm thinking or I'm recharging and I'm thinking about things that are helpful, right? And so give yourself that space and that time and really, really work on your mindset and how you're thinking about things and then what you allow yourself to dwell on. You can't always choose what pops into your head, but you can train your brain not to give attention to certain things. All right, so I hope this video was helpful on how to stay more focused and some of the tips that I've been using. It's really, really helped. You can achieve whatever you want, but you have to stay focused. You have to change your habits and you have to keep going. I have lots of videos on this channel about staying disciplined, staying motivated. I've posted to YouTube every day since September, and I've made lots of changes in my life like that. And so I'm happy to share some of the things I've learned. I'm also learning and researching experts and have mentors that have achieved millions and millions of dollars and that are healthy and wealthy and have good relationships. And I'm sharing everything I've learned with you because I think we all deserve to be the people that we're capable of being in the world. And then the world deserves that too. So thanks so much for being here. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Feel free to like and subscribe for more. And I will see you in the next one. Bye guys. You've got this. Keep learning, working, and growing.